सर्वधर्म स्थापकस्तं सर्वधर्म स्वरूपकः आचार्याणां महाचार्यो रामकृष्णायते नमः रामकृष्णायते नमः. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is the 125th year of the Ramakrishna Mission organization. It is a monastic organization, and here only the boys, the men, they become monks and they come and they can live their life as a monastic, as a monk. So we were going on giving a series of lecture on this organization of monks, organization of gods. I got this name, as I have told in my first the talk, that one of the Mahant, the in charge of a monastery in Ayodhya in India, so he told that that time I was a novice, I was a brahmachari. So when I was visiting that place, and he came and told that when I was telling that I should go and sit with the other novices, but he was asking me to sit with the senior monks. Then he said, do you know, we consider each and every member of the Ramakrishna order as gods. And that was the word, the way he said, long back. I was a brahmachari that time, and now so many years have passed. But still, it was embedded in my mind. And what is this God? And we will be going on discussing about that. Last time, when I was giving a talk and I mentioned that in this organization, which was in reality, it was formed by the God himself, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And that was supported by the power of God, Ma Sharadamani Devi. And at the same time, the guide was Swami Vivekananda. In this organization, there were some of the monks whom Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, they are Ishvara Koti. They are just like the gods, Ishvara. They have taken form only to help the human being. So this is a great thing. Those who understand the spirituality, those who have practiced a little spiritual, the austerities, they can understand this. Otherwise, it seems like, oh, this is nothing. But in reality, moment you try to control your mind, moment you try to raise your mind from this little body and mind and me and mine, all these things, you will understand, oh my God, this is something completely different. And the realm that you will enter, it is nothing but love and love and love. So we will continue. I don't know how many series it will come, how many talks it will need to complete. But this Ishvara Koti, I will tell afterwards. Now, I was thinking that we are discussing about the monastic life, the sannyasin. When this sannyasin, the monks, it came. So we have to go back to the root, when it was taken, the formation, the creation. You know, the Hindus, they always believe in three different paths, they always explain everything. One is the devotion, duality, Vaishnavism. They are the Vishnu, the Lord, all-pervading, but has a form. And that is called Vishnu. Vistareti Vishnu. Vistara means all-pervading, all-pervasiveness, everywhere. But at the same time, he is having a form. Why? Without a form, without a name, we cannot concentrate. We cannot think, actually. So the devotees, they thought it is better to have a form. And how the form came? In the Bhagavata, it says, and in the Uddhava Gita also you will find this discussion, that Supreme Lord, who was all-pervading, who was not having any form, suddenly he thought, let me be many. And I like to enjoy myself. And sometimes someone who was all alone suddenly thought, I'm having money, I'm having property, I'm having everything, I am all alone. Let me have a family. So he goes and he marries, and then children, and the family slowly begins. Almost in the same way, in the mind of that Supreme One, who was all-pervading consciousness, thought in that way. And he created, he was that, I am telling he, it is actually it. He was not male or female, it was the consciousness. And it came in its mind that I should be many. From where? Except that particular consciousness, that was nothing, there was nothing. Then what to do? Then he created out of himself another form. So we will come to that. Now the Vedanta. Vedanta says, same way, ekaham bahushyama vihi, I am all alone, I like to be many. Eka aham, I am, that in Sanskrit say, aham means I, eka, I am one, I like to be many. And the moment he thought in that way, immediately creation started. And in the Tantra, they say it is Shiva. In the Tantra, it is Shiva and Kali. And the Shiva, the Parama Shiva, Parama means supreme, and that supreme Shiva is just like a dead body. It's a pale body, no desire, no quality, nothing, all alone in peace. Suddenly, same thing came, I like to be many. So that Shiva then took the white form, Sada Shiva. The first name is Parama Shiva, auspiciousness. Then Sada Shiva, eternal auspiciousness. And it opened the eyes. If you notice, the Kali, of course, here it is very small picture. If you go and check in the photos in the Kali, you will find, if you type the Parama Shiva, then you will find, nowadays it is very easy. In the YouTube, you will immediately find all this. And then Sadashiva, Sadashiva's eyes are open. He wants to see. He wants to hear. He wants to do. The Sadashiva is the white. And on that, goddess Kali. So Hindus, they always, in three different ways, one is Vaishnava, Vedanta, Tantra. These three different paths. And they are telling the same thing in a little changed way. Paramashiva, Parabrahma, and that Supreme Being. Sadashiva, it started thinking. Here also the Vishnu started thinking. And what was the result of that thought? Creation. How they created? In the Tantra, it is Kali. In Vedanta, it is the Hiranyagarbha. And here we will find it is the Brahma. And the Brahma is having the four-headed, you see, four-head Brahma. The Hinduism actually is symbolism. Why four heads? Very peculiar. Why should they having four heads? Because the four knowledge, Rik, Sham, Yaju, Atharva, four Vedas. These are the four Vedas, the four heads, the symbol of four Vedas. And why this Brahma, he's having red color. Why red color? Because he is active, he is working. When the people are working outside, they become red because they're working. Now quietly sitting, a different color comes. So that is the Brahma. This Brahma, where from he got this form? That Supreme Being gave him. Where from got the knowledge? That Supreme Being gave. And then with that form, he was creating. And when he was creating, how he was creating? Out of mind. Now people say, is it possible to create out of mind? All of us are creating every day. In the dream, what is that? It is our creation. In dream, we are creating. We are creating the friends, we are creating the foes, we are creating the situation, we are creating problem, and we are enjoying, we are sometimes suffering. In the dream, there is no body. Then who is creating? My mind. I am creating in that way. If we can create imagination, sometimes I imagine I will do this, I will do that, not imagination. Then if I can create, why not the God? The God created. And when the God created, there are many they created. But the thing is, when he was creating from his own, that mental condition, that was sattva. Now again, these three gunas, from here, majority of you know, most of you will be knowing, the three gunas are there. Gunas means quality, sattva, raja, tama. Then these three gunas, very good, very bad, in between, mixture of good and bad. Most of us, mixture of good and bad. And there are some people, they are so bad. So, and some are there, very good. These three type of, the mixture of these three. And to power. What is that power? Covering the original thing and superimposing on that. These five only. So his tools were only these five. And the Brahma, in the beginning, he was also the God, Supreme Being created him. And it was his first creation. You know, every time in the laboratory when you are practicing something, we make mistakes. In everything, in the beginning, there is always mistakes are there. And Brahma did the mistake. What was the condition? Condition was to spread the people. It should be so many beings should be there. There should be water, there should be air, there should be light, there should be male, there should be female, animals, birds, reptiles, create in that way. So Brahma was thinking, but the first creation was 4 young boys. And they are famous as Sun brothers. Sun means Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar. The Sanaka, then Sanatana, Sananda, and the Sanat Kumar. These 4 brothers, as because Sun, so they are famous as Sun brothers. Now these 4, though he was created out of Brahma, mind-born children. There is no form, so naturally, from mind he created. These 4, when he asked, go and have developed the progenies, they said, no, we cannot. It is not possible. How it is possible? We like to meditate only. Then Brahma was frustrated. What is it? The Supreme Being and asked me to create, and you have to go and do that. No, we cannot. Because they could not think of the body. They were always thinking of the Atman. And these 4, they asked a question to their father, Brahma. And the Uddhava Gita, if you read that Uddhava Gita, many of you must have read, they had these 2 questions they're asking to their father, Brahma. So what is the supreme goal of meditation? After the meditation, where we go? And in the meditation, those who are practicing meditation for spiritual enlightenment, their goal is Param Atma. In Hinduism, this is the problem. The same thing they have given different terminologies, different names. Because different type of people they created. There's someone told, I like to judge. What is this, what is this, what, and this way only I should go to the ultimate goal. They are called Jnani, the path of knowledge. And their goal is called Brahman, not Brahma. It is Brahman. This Brahman is all pervading consciousness. It has no form, no name, no qualities. Those who are withdrawing the mind and to reach to the same goal, they fix their goal as Param Atma. Same name they have given. Param Atma. I am Jiva Atma, Parama Atma. This terminologies, if we know, it becomes easy to understand Hinduism. And these people, they said, when we are meditating, we like to go to the Paramatma, which is all consciousness. What is that Paramatma? You have to explain that. You cannot explain a thing. I am using the word thing, but it is not a thing, it is not an object. It is beyond something, because we always can judge with 5 things. That is, we are having Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jivha, Tak. These are the 5 things. The eye, the nose, the tongue, the ear, and the skin, the touch. With these only, all the great scientists, what they are doing, only these 5. Beyond these 5, is there anything? We do not know. Because beyond that, we cannot conceive. The Supreme Being has not given anything beyond these 5. So when they were thinking in that way, they asked this question, what is that ultimate thing? Tell about that. But it is impossible to explain. Then second question they were asking, well, I have to withdraw my mind from the objects. But the mind and the objects are made of same thing. The objects means rupa is a form, rasa, the taste, shabda, the sound, sparsha, the touch, and gandha. So these 5 things are there, 5 organs are there. They are attached to those 5 objects, and 5 objects are also attached to that. Now, how to separate that? These 2 questions they asked to Brahma, the creator, the first being. Now, Brahma was confused, and moreover, he was busy in creation. Then he prayed to the Supreme Being, can you please come, take a form, and answer to these questions? It is impossible for me to answer to my children. Now, this is the first time in the Bhagavad it says that Supreme Being came in a form, and very interestingly, that form was not a human being. And it was a swan, Hamsa. Hamsa, that swan, the Paramahamsa. In that form it came, and then the story of creation, it will come. The swan, he came and he gave the reply, and we are not entering into that. That's a wonderful question answer, it will go. We will go to the creation, and from there we will try to understand when these monastic came, the monks came, now the Brahma. And Brahma created out of his own mind these 2, Swayambhu Manu and Satarupa. Swayambhu Manu and Satarupa, they were not humanly born. They were only, I don't know. Anyway, you can look at that. The Swayambhu Manu and Satarupa. Then from Satarupa took birth Devahuti. And also from the Brahma came Kardama Muni. These are all from the Bhagavata, and not Vedanta, not Tantra. It is from Bhagavata, from the dualistic. And this Kardama Muni, he was meditating. Then the Supreme Lord came and he told, I like to be your son, and you must marry Devahuti, the daughter of Satarupa and Swayambhu Manu. And he was, in the beginning, he was telling, no, because I don't have any desire. So I like to meditate. You know, meditation is a great joy. Those who have practiced meditation, they don't want anything else. They don't like to listen, they don't like to eat, they don't like nothing. So much of joy in meditation. All this meditation that we see over here is nothing. The real meditation, when you go into that, you don't like to come out. And when the people, they truly go into that, even when they come out, constantly they like to go back into that. They forget about the food, they forget about the water, they forget about maintaining their body, daily routine. And that is the reason, after truly realizing that joy, which called samadhi, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, after 21 days they die. They don't bother about the body. Because the meditation means first you have to give up the body, forget about the body. You have to go inside the mind. Then you forget the mind also. you go to the realm of joy. Those who have practiced, they know. Every day, if you are practicing 4 hours meditation, morning once, then again in the noontime 1, afternoon 1 hour, and in the dead night 1 hour. 4 hours you practice. You will see after a few days, you will be only attracted to meditation. Whether people are appreciating you or not, criticizing you or not, this, that, you will never ever care for that. So this is the way people, they like to, that's why meditation is, when people talk about meditation, they think about that. But the preparation is necessary. Without preparation, you cannot simply close your eyes and sit. It is not possible. So this is the way. Then the Lord, Supreme Lord came and told, you must have to marry this Devahuti. I will become your son. The Supreme Lord is telling, the Vishnu, and he became the first-born Kapila. And it says in the Bhagavata, it was the first marriage. In the Hindu way, it was the first marriage because the Kardama Muni and Devahuti. And their son was Kapila. They were having few daughters also, but Kapila was the founder of all philosophy. Now, please next. And this Kapila, from there we find the slowly society is taking form. The human society is taking form. The first 4 ashramas or the stages. What are the 4 ashramas? The Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Vanaprastha, and the Sannyasa. Now we find the 4 asanas, they mentioned about the sannyasa. What is the Brahmacharya? Student life. In the human, they consider that they will survive 100 years. That was the lifespan. And 25. That's why the parts. First 25 years, they are student. And their concentration will be only to study, different type of study. And different type of interest are there. Some people, they are gazing the star and trying to analysis, so they will go to that. Some, they are going to find out the medicines, so they became another. Another started meditating and how to get the knowledge of spiritual, but that way also. Then finally other things. So the student's life, they were choosing different options, but only student, 25 years, they will never do anything else. Only concentration on the study. Why? Because afterwards, they will become grihastha. The grihastha, the householder, whatever the knowledge they have acquired, that they are utilizing, giving to the society. In exchange, they are getting the money. And with that money, they will be marrying and settling down and developing the family. That is called the grihastha life. Then comes the Vanaprastha. After 25 years of that, they will retire. 25 years is sufficient. Then they will retire. And what they will do after the retirement? Whatever they experience, not only knowledge, experience, 25 years of work in the society, that knowledge and experience they will give back to the society to develop the society. That is called Vanaprasthi. Though literally Vanaprasthi means retiring into the forest, going and living into the forest. Vana means the forest. Literally that. But actually it is the utilization of your knowledge and experience and money, because you don't need money. You have sufficient money by this time. So you are only going and helping out the society. This Vanaprasthi, forest dweller or retired. Then comes sannyasa. And this sannyasa, that is completely different. They give up the desire. That's called sannyasa. What is the sannyasa? Sannyasa means giving up. Tyaga, nyasa. In Sanskrit word, nyasa means giving up. What they will give up? The desire. That is, I don't need anything now. After the retirement, they say, I don't need anything now. The one lady, as she was telling, it is my 70 years birthday. And all my friends and relatives, known people, They like to bring some gift. They were asking me what I need. Now, it is 70 or 75 maybe. Now, what I need, and whatever I am having, I like to dispose it off. Now, I know that not many days are left, so I like to give it off. And like that, a time comes when we don't need anything. Rather, whatever is there, I like to give it up. But that sannyasa we are not meaning. But here, in the Manu Samhita, it says, the 6th chapter, 95th verse, Anena kroma yogena paribrajati yo dijaha sa vidhu iha padmanam param brahmati gacchati. These 4 stages, those who are following, these 4 stages one after another, those who are following, Anena, these, kroma yogena, yoga, but kroma, the first brahmacharya, then garhastha, then vanaprastha, then sannyasa. Sannyasa is paribrajati. Paribrajati means sannyasa. Yo dijaha. Dija means that second birth, physical birth and then spiritual birth. Yo dijaha. Sa, they cross this ocean of the samsara. What is this samsara? Desire. And where they go? Brahmati adhigacchati. They go to that Brahman, Supreme Lord, Supreme Brahman. Now, friends, I like to mention here about the Dija. In the Indian society, there is a great debate about Brahman and all those. What is Dija? Second birth. Those who are having some, you will find if they are the bare body, those who are Brahmin, nowadays I don't know the modern Brahman, but mostly the Brahmans, they are having a thread hanging from their left shoulder below. So that is called the Brahmana. Why? They take some oath. Now these are the Dija. Again, here I like to mention, because our goal is to reach to that organization of monks. These monks cannot become a monk. Anyone, if he wants to become a monk, must be a Brahmin. That is the verdict. So many people, they wish to say, when Swami Vivekananda took the brahmacharya, sannyasa, they said, he is not a Brahmin. And they considered that he is not a Brahmin by birth. In India, the father is a Brahmin, means son is also Brahmin. No. According to the scripture, the Brahmin means completely different. I will quote from you. It says, Janmanath jayate shudra. Right from the birth, it is a shudra. Any child is a shudra. What is shudra? Uncultured. If you see, the animals' children are also behaving very peculiarly because they don't know. Human babies are also behaving in almost the same way. They don't understand what is cleanliness, what is dirty, and what is this, what is that. They will also go on play in the dirt, and they will try to pick up something from the street and like to taste it. Then the mother, aunties, and all the seniors, they will come and say, you should not do like this, you should not behave like that. They will go on telling, and by that way, they develop the culture. And Janmanath jayate shudra. But by birth, each and every one of us are uncultured. Samaskara means by training. Dija uchyate. When the children, they come to me, I give the candy, and they're very happy after getting the candy. Then the mother will say thank you, what you are supposed to say after getting this. Then the child will say thank you. They are learning that if you get like that, you should have to say thank you. And then I will be giving them sometimes to go and distribute it to your father, mother, and the grandfather, grandmother, family, they have come. And they will be giving and they will say thank you. And the mother will say or the father will say what you are supposed to say when they say thank you. They will say, you are welcome, like that. So these are all samaskaras they are learning, thinking in this way. So samaskara dija uchyate. This is the second birth. The human being is the second birth, is the culture. It is not by birth. The Brahmin, not by that way, it's a culture. That's why Swami Vivekananda, he said, there is some European, they started mentioning that we, the Indians, basically, we were not cultured people. And the Ramachandra came from the north. His nose was tall nose and fair complaced, long body, and all those things. They are a main group. And by that way, they were going on telling. Swamiji told, no. This is Arya, Anarya. This has nothing to do with the races. It is with culture. It entered into the head of one gentleman, and he made a havoc, the Second World War, mainly based on this. We, the Germans, are the Aryans, and we must rule the whole world. What these Aryans? Aryans are not just physical body and all this type of culture. Aryan means that samskara. This is, Swami Vivekananda is the first who said, Aryans and non-Aryans, it is not the race. It has nothing to do with the race. It is the culture. And the argument we can say, when they say the Ravana, he was a Rakshasa, the king of the Rakshasas, and he was the Anarya. But he used to speak in Sanskrit. He used to worship the Shiva. The Ravana was a great worshipper of Shiva. Not only that, before the Great War, Ravana was worshipping the goddess Durga, and Rama was also worshipping Durga. Where is the difference? So these are all mixed up, and they wanted to say like that. It is the culture. Ravana was also a very highly cultured person. That's why after his death, when Lakshmana wanted to insult the dead body, Rama said, what you are doing? He was a great scholar. Only this was, the political thing that happened. He just declared the war and I had to kill him. But he is a respectful man. And the 10 heads, that is, we see the Ravana. Sometimes you will find in Delhi and other places, they are burning the edifices of 10 heads, Ravana. 10 heads means he could think like 10 people. He was a very intelligent person. So that's why the 10 heads, like the 4 heads of the Brahma. So here it says, Janmanat jayate shudra, samskara dija uchyate, vedodhyayi bhaved bipra. And who is a bipra? Bipra is those who are learned people. Whether he is having this religion or that thing, that language, it doesn't matter. Educated person should be honored in the human society. Why? Because the human strength is nothing but education. Education is the strength of the human society. A tiny little person sitting on the neck of a huge beast, elephant, guiding the elephant. In the physical level, there's nowhere, but that huge beast is under the control of a man because of the intellect. So, Vedodhyayi, Veda means the knowledge. It is not the only 4 Veda, Riksham Yajyotirva. Veda means knowledge. This knowledge, anyone, anywhere, successful, is a knowledgeable person, it must be honored. Brahma janati brahmana. And who is a brahmana? Brahmana is who has realized the God. And what is God? God is all-pervading consciousness. And what is the effect of that? Knowing that, you become full of love and unselfishness. We develop a sort of disbelief in religion because we think religion means this, religion means that. That's all external thing. If you go to the Chicago University, a different type of buildings. If you go to another university, different type of building. And all this, that is all external thing. The professors are different way they are dressed. Classrooms are also maybe different. But the knowledge is the same. So the knowledge of Brahman, that is the main, all-pervading. And what is the effect of that knowledge? The effect of knowledge is love and unselfishness. It says, Brahma janati brahmana. Swami Vivekananda said, we have to make each and every one Brahmana. That means they should realize God. Because the potentiality is there. Who created us? this God himself. And it comes, next please, for Chaturvarna and then Purushartha. Chaturvarna, Asama, okay, Purushartha. Now again 4. This is a Purushartha, 4 goals of life. So what are the goals? Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So how the society was developing? We have to remember in the beginning when slowly the society was growing up, but all those founders, how intellectuals they were, how thoughtful they were, their only idea was how to develop the best from the human being. Best from the human being. So, first is the goal is virtue. One must be virtuous. And if one is not virtuous, then greedy, and they will be behaving very peculiarly. Human society will be just like the society of animals. They don't care about anyone. So this is called the dharma. Dharma means holding. A father, a young boy, married and got children, father. When he was a young boy, he never cared for the family. But the moment he becomes father, or that young girl, the moment she becomes mother, the responsibility comes. I have to take care of my child. I have to go and earn. I have to have a house, food, shelter, this, that. All these responsibilities come. Oh my God, this is too much. So I just leave the family and I go away. No. Once you are married, you must take care of that because you have taken the oath. That is called the dharma. Once you have taken the promise, the oath, that I will take care of my family. A gentleman came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and he was living in the company of Sri Ramakrishna. He was thinking that the Sri Ramakrishna will be very happy. The Sri Ramakrishna asked him, do you have family? Yes. Your children? Yes. And who is going to feed them? You are with me here in Dakshinesha. Go back to your village and earn money, take care of your family. Do you think the neighbors will feed your family? That is shameful. Go back. And that is your dharma. The sannyasi's dharma completely different. And that sannyasi, when it really started, we are slowly coming to that. Now here we find the Purushartha. In the Purushartha first is the dharma, then comes artha. So you have to remember, brahmacharya, at the time of the brahmacharya, they learn all this. Satyam vada dharmam chara. I must tell the truth. I must practice all the responsibilities diligently. Whatever the responsibility I will accept will be given to me. Diligently I will do that. I should not give up that. That is called the dharma. And after learning that, it comes artha, because he becomes the family man, and artha, the wealth is necessary. The society will give him the artha. Then comes the kama, the pleasure. Whatever you like to do, you do. All the children, they all like to eat or taste that candies. But the parents will give only one candy a day. And he or she will always think, when I grow up, when I start at earning, I will get the whole candy bag full and eat the whole day. So now the money has come, you can eat the candy. But they won't do. And anyway, whatever kama means desire, people have different type of desire. They will purchase the particular type of shoe they like, or the dress they like, the haircut they like. All you can do, you are free to do when you are in the third stage. That is called kama. The first is dharma. You know how to restrain yourself. There will be temptations, but even then I won't go. There will be artha, money will be there, but I will know how to control and properly use this money. Then comes the kama. Finally comes the moksha. See how they have given the two sides, as if water is flowing so forcefully. A river is flowing so forcefully, and that is artha and kama. Whenever the desire is there and the money is there, My God, what they do. But some tremendous force they go. But to control that, they will have the dharma and the moksha. In the beginning, he learned how to behave and what is that goal. Goal is to go beyond these desires. Not to entangle into it. I am enjoying, but I am not entangled to this. That is called the moksha. Then come varna. Varna means division of labor. In the society, you need 4 types of people, even today. First is Brahmana. Brahmana means scholars, the scientists, the doctors, the engineers, administrators, writers, poets. They are all Brahmana. Because they are thinking in a different way to guide the society. Then comes Kshatriya. They are the rulers, they are the warriors, they are the administrators. These warriors, if you ask him to meditate, they won't be able to. Ask him to write a poem, he will break the pen. He said, give me a sword, it will be easy for me. So warriors are different type of mentality. The 4 brothers, you will find 4 different type of mentalities. One will be calm, composed, and very constantly thinking to do something, researchers. That is called Brahmana. Then come the Kshatriya, very courageous people. For anything they will go and stand and face the odds. Here come Vaishyas. They know the technique of utilizing the economy. And after the Vaishyas come Shudra, the labor force. In the modern society, the same thing is going on. Only they don't give the name. Ancient society, they give the name. But the misutilization, because it is a very, very old civilization. And in between, say minimum 10,000 years old civilization. And in between came for almost 1,000, 2,000 years, different type of races, different type of culture, and they mixed it whole thing. And that is why we are confused. But these are very good systematically they made. First the individual human being, then the society and their goals, then comes in the olden age, that's called Satya Yuga. We have again, I don't know why, they were very fond of 4. For everything 4, 4, 4. Even the yugas, the total, this circle that is surviving, after that the sun will be going and the whole circle will be end. It may take millions of years, but that has been divided into 4. It's called yuga. These 4 yugas. First is Satya Yuga. The Satya Yuga, when the Brahma was creating, all people were good, and slowly these things were happening. That's Satya Yuga. Then comes Treta Yuga. In the Treta Yuga, Sri Ramachandra came. But at the time of Ramachandra also, we don't find sannyasis. Those who have read the Ramayana, our goal today is to find out when the sannyasa started. The sannyasi organization started, we know, but when the first sannyasi we find, here we don't find the sannyasa at the time of Ramachandra. When the Ramachandra entering into the jungle, he was banished for 14 years, and he was meeting the rishis. The rishis are the teachers. They were teaching the rishis. See, ancient rishis, they are like these used to do. We are just imagining they used to have like that. Because in the Ramachandra, in the Ramayana, you find in the deep jungle, suddenly he was coming to a place where there are some people are there, the students are there, they are studying under the teachers. These teachers were all married. They had the family, and they will be teaching their own children and also the children of others. And the system was that you should go to a guru and spend from 6 years to 16 years. These 10 years, each and every boy and girl should go to the guru. This is called Guru Griha. Guru, he will teach them, the boy or girl both. Even the Ramachandra, you see the next picture? Rama and his brother Lakshmana, in reality, four brothers, all the four brothers, Ram, Lakshmana, Bharat, Shatrugna, they all went to get their training from the Guru. Even the Krishna also, after the Rama, the Krishna went to the Guru. The Guru Griha. Nowadays, we, Ramakrishna Mission, we try to give a hostel. But a hostel and Guru Griha are different. There will be students will be numberless, so they will be sitting with the Guru, eating with the Guru and doing all. It's like a family. And Guru's families are also there, but they will learn each and everything over there. Now, majority of the Indians, they have called Gotra. Gotra is nothing but your Guru's teachings. And different type of Gotras are there. And different Gotras means that school where your ancestor, someone, he went to that Guru, and from there all the teachings, the system came down. So this is even the Ramchandra also went to the Guru. We don't find sannyasi over there. All they were, the sannyasi means after practicing the four, they were married and they were retired and they practiced all the sannyasa, not like the sannyasa we see in the Shankaracharya's time. In the Ramayana, in the Bhagavad Gita also we find some of the references of the sannyasa. Sannyasa karma yoga cha nistreyasha sakara ubho. We find the reference like sannyasa karma yogascha nistreyasha ubhaya. Ubhaya means the both, they both are good. What? One is sannyasa, another is karma yoga. Now, from the Bhagavad Gita, I am quoting, they are mentioning about the sannyasa. It is not the sannyasa that we are discussing. It is not that. In another place, again, we find another place also we find, Giyasa nitta sannyasi yona deshti nakangshati. Gyan, know him as all the time sannyasa, true sannyasi, yo not dveshti nakangshati, who is not hating and not also craving. So these two qualities, if someone is having, not hating anything and not craving anything, so these are also sannyas. But it is again not the sannyasi that we are talking about. Then it comes to Lord Buddha. Another reference we have in the Bhagavad Gita. Then comes the Lord Buddha. Here we find those who have read the biography of Lord Buddha, when he was a Gautama, he was a prince, and he was married. After his birth, his father came to know from the scholars that either he will become a great king or a great monk. Now his father was naturally, all fathers, he was very carefully planning in such a way that he should not become a monk. So he was showing him all the best of the life. Slowly he was married, and he beautiful wife and the child, everything was there. Then his father thought it is okay. Now for a long period of time he is here. Let him go out. All these years he never went out. So all the time in the palace. Then afterwards when he went out and he met these four. And in the four he first found that an old man. And he never saw any old man, all his youth. So the Gautama started thinking and asking question to his charioteer. The human body will become like this. I will also become like this. My father will also become like this. Oh yeah. And next he's found there's a dead man, as a sick man. First is old, then the sick man. The people are getting sick. That was completely new for him. He never knew the human being can become sick, they can become old. So his life was a rosy, all this, because his father used to show him in that way. Then he saw a dead body. And finally he saw a sannyasi. Here we find a monk. This monk, that is referred in the life of the Buddha. We are not discussing the life of Buddha. We are going to search out when the first monk came. We didn't find it in the time of Sri Ramakrishna. We didn't find at the time of Krishna also. At the time of Krishna, he mentioned about the sannyasa, but that sannyasa means tyaga. Samyak nyasa sannyasa. Samyak means completely. Completely, nyasa. Nyasa means giving up. It's called sannyasa. What we are giving up completely? We are having the clothes, we are having food, we are having shelter, and everything. Then what we have given up? We are supposed to give up the ego, ahamkara, I, that should give up. That's completely, and that is the greatest challenge, to give up the I. So here, sannyasins, first we find in the life of Lord Buddha. And then afterwards, when he himself became enlightened, the Buddha, then the enlightened person, he is giving teaching to the others. And that the time when in thousands they started accepting the monastic life. You have seen many the Buddhist, the monks and nuns, in thousands. Why? Because the philosophy, that is true, but not applicable to all. We all also say, the Vedanta will say this world is nothing but the Maya. And there also it said, the Buddha said, this world is completely full of misery. The fourth things that he said. The world is full of misery. There is a cause of misery. And there is a way to go out. And I can tell you. So this is the 4 ways here. The misery is there. Oh, misery for whom? Those who understand that. Suppose a person, he is having diabetic, for him sweets are dangerous. For a healthy person, a young person, no. Why not? He can go and enjoy. But the grandfather, because he is having the diabetic, he cannot, even the grandchild, no, don't eat that. And what will happen? In front of the grandfather, he won't eat, but at the back of the grandfather, he will eat. So that is the reason one should not impose the truth on the society. It depends according to the understanding. So what is religion? Anyway, that is a different discussion. What we find that at the time of the Lord Buddha, which is 2,500 years before Christ, this monastic life came. It was there. Because Buddha went out, he took initiation from a monk, a Hindu monk. So afterwards he followed. Now it comes, all the followers that we are now at present is the Mahabodhi, the monks at the Mahabodhi, the hundreds and thousands, they are there, the monastic. And we find some of the references in Christianity also about this monastic life. In the monastic life, the Christianity is the Judaism they mentioned, and afterwards they stopped it. The Judaism don't believe in the monastic life. Islam never believe in monastic life. Sikhism never believe in monastic life. Only the Christianity they believe, and that too, not the Protestant, but the Catholics. So these histories are there, we are mentioning over here. And then comes, I don't know whether I'll be able to complete it, these Adi Shankaracharya, the 700 years after Jesus. So we find about the monk, we are searching when the monk came. So now it is 2,000 years after Jesus and 2,500 years before Jesus. That means 4,500 years before, at least 5,000 years before, monk was there. Now it is a great jump. You know, in the society there was 4 steps. And in the Manu Samhita, very strictly they told, you must have to follow the Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha, Sannyas. And that is why, if you go to most of the part of the Punjab, whether Hindu Punjabi or the Sikh Punjabi, all they will say, now, marriage is essential. Why not? Because it is there. You must have to marry. 4,500 years before the Jesus, we find they're breaking this and going straight to, right from the brahmacharya, going to the sannyasa at the time of Buddha. So 4,500 years. Now comes the Shankaracharya. Shankara, by that time, the whole world was conquered by the Buddhism. The Hinduism was sidelined. It was pushed back. Because Hinduism, they were confused to some extent. Why? Hinduism has ritualistic and the philosophy also. The rituals and philosophy. Buddhism, no ritual, only philosophy. He introduced. But now it is more ritual than philosophy. And at the time of Shankara, the Hindus became more ritual than philosophy. They used to have the yajnas and these and that. Then people became disgusted with that. The kings were also disgusted. They started supporting the Buddhism. The Shankara came, very powerful person, philosophically, very young. At the age of 8, he started his mission. At the age of 8 years old, he started his mission, and at a very young age, he passed away. What he did, to keep then slowly, he used to go and challenge the Buddhist scholars, because you have to prove, in philosophy, you have to prove 3 things. Who is the creator? And what is this creation? And what is the relation between the creator and the creation? There's a beautiful way. And all these people used to come, they used to sit and learn and to listen. They used to ask questions also. Friends, though it is out of context, but in those days, even ordinary people, they had great knowledge about the philosophy. Because when the debate will be there and the kings will invite them, and these 2 persons, they will sit, and they will be giving the one after another, the philosophical questions and answer will go on. Who is the creator? How he has created? In creation, we need 2 things. One is intellectual, another is material. So there must be the wood and the carpenter. Otherwise, how can you create? So before the creation, there was only the consciousness, if you say. So who was the creator then, and with what he created? What was the matter? Material. And like this. Now, this wood is completely not conscious. But I am conscious. My body is not conscious again. All these complications, if you are students of philosophy, you know, it goes in so details. It is not God is there, I am here, offer some fruit, and God is happy. That is all simple process. But if you have to understand God in a philosophical way, it goes so complicated way it takes. And Shankara was the master in that. And no one could argue with. Slowly, Shankara established 4 matters. And he had his 4 famous students. And why he did in this way, the Dashanami Sampradaya, all the Hindu monks now, he is making Dashanami, 10. Nami means name, Sampradaya, groups. The 10 groups, Giri, Puri, Bharati, Bana, Aranya, Sagara, Asrama, Saraswati, Tirtha, and Parvata. We are Puri Sampradaya, Ramakrishna mission. Why? Because we begin with Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's guru was Tota Puri. And Tota Puri is the disciple Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Then Swami Vivekananda, Ma Sarada Muni, and that came. I am supposed to say, though we don't use that, but we are supposed to, that Puri, Swami Ishatmananda Puri, because we belong to Puri Sampradaya. And like that, you will find the Giri Sampradaya. I will take 2-3 minutes extra today. Show the next one. This is Dashanami Sampradaya. After the Dashanami Sampradaya, see, he made the India, you can imagine the Indian, the map, in the 4 different places, the 4 different modes. He makes the east and south, west and north. The mata means, so afterwards it will be in the YouTube. It's a very informative thing. You can download it and keep it. The very informative way it was given. And here the 4 matas, the in-charges of the 4 mata. Mata means the monastery. What they will do, they will continue teaching the high moral values to the society. Not that everyone should be sannyasi. It's only the high moral values should be taught. And what is dharma? Dharma means keeping your promises. When you are becoming a minister, when you are becoming a president, you are taking the oath by touching the constitution or the Bible or whatever. And those promises you should keep. At the time of marriage, you are taking the oath. If you remember, most of the young people, they don't understand at the time of marriage, all the fun, all the merriment is going on, but it is the 7 promises you have taken. You can ask the priest, if he knows. He will be giving you all the list. The 7 promises. If you keep those 7 promises, there will be no breaking of families. That is Hinduism. It makes the mind in this way. And what is human? Your thought only. If you think that she is my sister, you are living together, but nothing wrong will happen. Just thought. I have to protect my sister. She is my sister, and she is thinking my... And by same young man with another girl, oh no, she is my wife. So this is only thought. This Shankaracharya, he made the great scholars. And in 4 different places, under him were monks, under them there were novices, brahmacharyas, then the bhaktas, the devotees, all over the Hindu society. They should be like this. So in details, I may not be able to tell you because time is up. Maybe in the next class, we will go into this. These monastic names, I like to show you the very famous names of some of the sannyasis. See, Dhanaraj Giri. First is Swami. This is also Shankaracharya. He instructed in this way. In the beginning of the name, it should be the Swami. The Swami means the master. Master of whom? We are not having any family, any house, any property, anyone to control. To whom master here? Master of my own mind. The Swami means the master. You must remember that you are the master of your own mind. Then come the second name, Dhanaraja. And third comes the Giri. His Sampradaya is the Giri. And what they do, there's all details are there. If you read that they will be worshipping these, they will be reading these. Second come, very famous name, you all know. Swami Vivekananda Puri. And third, Chandrasekhara Bharati, another great name. And Swami Madhusudan Saraswati. We'll be continuing with the Madhusudan Saraswati, what he did in our next class. So now we know the monastic life came in this way, and it was organized by Shankaracharya, and the hundreds and thousands of monks, Hindu monks, they came under these groups, and then slowly, we are all free. Among the Hindus, there is no pope is there. Someone from the top will give something and all people will follow that. Nothing like that. Hindus are completely free. Even the small temple, 1 or 2 monks are there, they're completely free. But coming under influence of all the scriptures. They should not do this, they should not do that, but otherwise they are free, how they are behaving. The Hindus that way, I am now, for last 4 years, the trustee of the Parliament of Religion. You know that is a famous group. And 2023, there will be a big, huge program over here in Chicago. If you have not registered, you can please register. That will be unique. From all over the world, the people will come. We are expecting 10,000 people from different religious groups, different cultural groups. And of course, in the Europe, they always mix up the religion with the society. There will be discussions on the women power, the social power, freedom, and all this, along with the religious groups. So they again and again, they're asking me, why don't you tell your Hindu group? Our Hindu group, there is nothing like that. Hindus are all free, all different ashramas, different groups are there. We know each other, but I cannot dictate, or no one can dictate. All these Shankaracharyas, the four Shankaracharyas, in their mat, in their ashrama, among their followers, whatever he will say, they will follow. But whatever he is telling, we are not going to listen. So the other things in the next class, I will show you and I will discuss about it. So let us conclude over here. Our search was today when a monk actually started, because as the organization of gods is the organization of the monks and afterwards the nuns. When the monkhood came, we found it. When it was almost 4,500 years before, when Lord Buddha came, we found the monk. Not at the time of Ramachandra, not at the time of Krishna, but at the time of Buddha, we found the monk. And Buddha organized his monks, those who followed him, in a very wonderful way. So he was the first organized way the monk, they started working under him. Otherwise, monk is completely free. We come out, take diksha from the guru, we take the oath that I am going to follow this, and I am free. Wherever I like, I can go under a tree, inside the forest, inside the cave, by the side of a river, anywhere I can spend my life. And no one is going to say anything. And India, that is a wonderful place. If you wear this type of dress and stand before a house and say, I am a monk and I am hungry, they will accept you as a god, living God. They will give you food, they will give you shelter, they will serve you. They have great respect for monks. Not only that, if you are traveling in the train, they won't ask you ticket. This is a great country. In India, if you are wearing the gerua, they'll be all the time, you are like that. And nowadays, they are, because of this, so much of respect for the gerua. And in Ramachandra, do you remember the Ramachandra, he put on the dress of a holy man at the time of abducting the Sita. Because holy people are all respected in the society. That was Indian society. What do they do? What is holiness? Holiness means love. And there is no separation. It is my family I should love, my sister, my brother I should love, not like that. Anyone I should love. That's the holiness. Thank you, friends. This is a huge subject, and slowly we will enter into it. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we will conclude. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat.